Are you in the Sportscast? Yes, you are in the Sportscast. May 17th, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Apple Podcast. Listen it to all the social media platforms. Also on Instagram. You might be seeing us on Instagram, which a lot of people have been listening and seeing on Instagram. Is a little bit more convenient because everyone's on Instagram apparently. And if you're listening on the podcast version like Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and review. Hit the subscribe and leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. And visit us on our website, thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net, or download our app, The Sportscast. It's been downloading a lot this past couple of weeks. Reason why? Because I think I put like a reminder at the top of the website, so I've been getting a lot more downloads. So it's been very, very encouraging. And you can get the updates, the push notifications, like I like to say. Anyways, it is the NBA season here at the Sportscast. We talk about football most of the year, but we block out May, June, and now July for the NBA playoffs because that is probably the biggest thing happening in sports. And this year, for the first time, NBA is using the play-in tournament. But before we get on into all that, we got a boy turning into a man, getting his manhood already. Jordan Vargas, all the way from Naperville, Illinois. Welcome back to the Sportscast. Jordan, you're still there? I think your reception's a little bit low.
Oh yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear me. Anyways, Jordan Vargas, how you been? I know you're about to graduate high school. How's it been so far?
Oh yeah. It's been good. Just finals. This is my last week of regular school before I have to do finals, and then I graduate May 28th. So it's coming up very fast.
May 28th can come by really quick. And what are your plans post high school?
Post high school, I'm gonna go to college, major in business and minor in communications.
Now you're gonna go right into summer school, or you're gonna wait till like August, September?
I'm gonna go wait till August, September, till I'm gonna go to school. But in between then, I'm definitely gonna have to take some classes. So I'm just looking forward to kind of getting a new experience and having some new exposure.
There you have it. Jordan Vargas, NBA contributor for the Sportscast. Anyways, let's go on to the play-in tournament. But before we get into the play-in tournament, history was made. Steph Curry clinched the second NBA scoring title of his career after tallying a game high of 46 points in the Golden State Warriors win over the Grizzlies, 113-101. He's captured the scoring title since Michael Jordan. Jordan, are we seeing an MVP here, or we're just seeing just a scoring title being won?
I think we're definitely seeing an MVP in the making. But I think the comparison of people obviously have brought this up is Steph the new era of LeBron? Is Steph the new era of Kobe? Is Steph the new era of Michael? And to kill that whole entire argument, I don't think we can – it's unfair to compare LeBron to Curry, Michael to Curry, Kobe to Curry. Only reason being is because I don't think it's really going to affect anything. I think he's going to be an MVP, but I don't think the comparison should really be made of Michael and Steph.
I don't think so. I think they're two different players. Of course, one's a point guard, one is a shooting guard. But I will say this, Jordan. Steph Curry has been carrying this Warriors team all season.
Oh, he's been carrying the Warriors and been carrying the NBA. But, he's a phenomenal player, Hall of Famer, of course.
And with all that carrying, Mr. Jordan Vargas, they landed the 8th spot. They're in the play-in tournament. You could have gone in with a 10th spot, but he wanted to go to the 8th spot. And they're going to play the Lakers on Wednesday against LeBron James, against a hurting Lakers, a team that has been dealing with injuries for the past couple of months. Even Anthony Davis is dealing with an injury. LeBron is coming back. Who knows? Maybe he was trying to sit out to the playoffs or the play-in tournament. This matchup could have a lot of implications, Jordan. I could see the Warriors team winning this one.
Oh, I definitely could too. Warriors have more consistency. They have more trust in each other. I think the Lakers' trust has been kind of mishandled a little bit with LeBron and his two-star players being out. I think the Lakers as an organization right now are a little bit in a frenzy. having the two highest paid players out for most of the season. And the Warriors have just kept, they've kept moving and doing the best they can. And it's been working out for them. So kind of hard over height type situation, I think, for the Golden State Warriors. So I think they will come out on top.
So let me read out the final seeding of the 2020-21 seedings. Let's go with the Eastern Conference. The Sixers won the East. Then number 2, Brooklyn Nets. 3 is the Milwaukee Bucks. 4th is the New York Knicks. 5th is the Atlanta Hawks. 6th is the Miami Heat. Now, this is the playing-in teams from 7th to 10th. 7th goes to the Boston Celtics. Surprisingly, when I saw that. 8th, Washington Wizards, Brandon Beal. Number 9, Indiana Pacers, and then the Charlotte Hornets at number 10. Let me read you out the Western Conference. Number 1 is Utah Jazz. Not surprising, having a fantastic season. Then you got the Phoenix Suns at number 2. Not surprising either. Then Nuggets, Jokic. 4th is the Clippers. 5th, the Mavericks. 6th, the Trailblazers. Play-in tournament, surprisingly, the Lakers at 7th place. They were trying not to get into the play-in tournament, but they had to. Number 8, Golden State Warriors, then the Grizzlies, then the Spurs. Let's start off with the East, Jordan. Sixers, Nets, Bucks, Knicks, Hawks, Heat, Celtics, Wizards, Pacers, Hornets. What were your overall thoughts of the East this past season?
I think the East really came out on top, in my opinion. The East is usually kind of regarded as less than the West. The West is, in previous years, I think, has always been a powerhouse, starting with the Kobe era. And now it kind of seems to switch over to the East. That's been kind of carrying. I think this season it really proved it I think when you can agree, when the Nets super teamed and, showing that the East has something to play for. And they've been performing great. I've been loving seeing the performances from the Hornets. The Nets have been good. And, some other teams in the East, the Wizards have been really climbing. They could have climbed for it too. So I think the East is having a great season, in my opinion, better than the West.
East is definitely living up to what they're going to do. Watch out for that Heat at the 6th spot. Western Conference, Jordan, is the Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets, the Clippers, Dallas Mavericks, Trailblazers, and then the play-in is the Lakers, Warriors, Grizzlies, Spurs. It's still a stacked Western Conference this year, no matter how many injuries you have. But, Jordan, what are your thoughts over the West this season?
The West has been doing good, too. The only thing is, I side with the East more because this is the first year that really people have looked at the East and it's been more of an argument, more of which conference is better. But the West, on the other hand, is always, again, as you said, even throughout injuries, they'll always kind of have more of a dominant position in the NBA.
Definitely.
So, I've been impressed with the East and with the Lakers and the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. The Warriors, sorry, not the Lakers. But the Warriors, Jazz, and Suns, they've really been making a climb, and they've been working, day in and out every game and improving themselves.
The East is definitely there. But one team that I don't see is Chicago Bulls. Jordan, tell us a brief obituary of what happens to the Bulls this season.
Unfortunately, we've always kind of had bounce backs from coaches to coaches. It's never been looking too good for Chicago. We've always kind of been in a rebuilding phase. But this year, we picked up some good picks. We got an all-star. We teamed up with them. Of course, we had Zach LaVine, Markkanen, and Patrick. But next season, hopefully we'll see some improvements. The Bulls, we've always been seeing some improvements. But, the last game they played was the Bucks, and they actually beat the Milwaukee Bucks. So it proves that Chicago still has a way about them, and they're still going to go out and compete.
Jordan,
and again, before I end on that,
Chicago
will always have a name in NBA history. Santiago, I think you could agree with that, just off of the 90s era. So it doesn't really matter where the Bulls, play. Their name will always be in everybody's mouth.
Of course, because of one man, Michael Jordan, saying the difference.
Yep.
But as Jordan was saying, he's optimistic for next season. I think they do. I think with their new coach, Billy Donovan, I think I see a lot of progress. And I'll definitely...
Billy Donovan is definitely the next Thibodeau.
Exactly. And he's definitely been proven being one of the best NBA coaches. Of course, Billy Donovan needs a chip. He could be playing good in the regular season, seeing improvements, but if he sees the chip, he'll be definitely named in the great, maybe in the Ainsmith Hall of Fame, which we'll be talking about a little bit later on the show. My thoughts over what happened this past Saturday. Anyways, the play-in tournament is a new tournament that NBA is doing. They're giving a chance for the lower teams, seeds from 7 to 10, to compete for those those last 2 seeds for the playoffs. And like the A seed. So each conference will have a play-in tournament, and you have to win at least one game to make it into the actual NBA playoffs. So let me read you out the Eastern Conference play-in tournament. Wizards will play at the Celtics because Celtics have a higher seed. They play on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Winner will become the 7th seed and will face the winner. We'll face the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. Then the other game on Tuesday, the early one, is Hornets at the Pacers, which will be played on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. The winner plays the Wizards and Celtics loser for the 8th seed. And the loser of that game will be eliminated. All right, Jordan. Who do you think will win between the Wizards and Celtics?
Oh, man. I'm gonna go Washington off of Westbrook and Beal. Washington's been through a lot this season. Beal's been through a lot this season. I think it's been unfair on Brad, but I think the Wizards will, pull this one out off of camaraderie and just the perseverance we've seen this season. I think every year throughout the NBA, we've seen teams that have had struggles in the regular season come out when they get a chance in the playoffs. They bloom and they take advantage of the opportunity and they learn from it, and they either go into that or the following season. So if the Wizards don't advance and the Celtics end up taking it, I think they'll definitely learn from it, and next season there will be a dominant team in the East.
Do you think Westbrook and the Beal duo has been working out well?
In my personal opinion, no. Just because Westbrook is explosive, fast, very numbers type player. We've seen that. He's had controversy over and over again. Then Beal is just kind of the player that he scores to help the team. And in my opinion, I think Westbrook scores to help himself. But that's not saying Westbrook's selfish like that to an extent. Westbrook, of course, wants to win. But I think Beal just has a different approach. And with those two on the same team, I don't really see it working out.
Then we got the other matchup. The early one is the Hornets at Pacers. Of course, Hornets, Chicago relation. Michael Jordan is part owner of that organization. Then you got the Pacers. Yep. What's going to happen there? Is that going to be an easy win for the Pacers, or the Hornets have a shot, Mr. Jordan Vargas?
Hornets have a shot. Hornets will have a shot.
And we know who plays in the Hornets. Please remind us.
Can you say it again?
One of your favorite players plays for the Hornets.
Oh, LaMelo Ball.
Exactly. Anyways, what's going to happen in that matchup?
Anyways, what's going to happen is the Hornets are going to outsize the Pacers. They're going to outrun them. If they can get the ball on the floor and they'll push it up. Think about this. You have Miles Bridges, you have Rozier, you have Ball. That's a hard trio to stop. LaMelo Ball being a 6'8" true rookie guard who's been putting up, insane numbers for a rookie. Possible debate rookie of the year between that and Anthony Edwards. Yeah, Miles Bridges, who's an absolute beast in the paint, who can push the ball up, kind of like a point guard. And then you have Terry Rozier, who's a little smaller, but, again, a great shooter, passes the ball when he needs to. I think the chemistry with the Hornets will definitely outmatch the Pacers, which is, again, skill-wise and mental-wise.
If your predictions are correct, the Hornets will be playing the Celtics. Would that be enough for – will the Hornets have an easy time against the Celtics?
that's when I would kind of maybe raise my eyebrow a little bit. But again, I don't know. I think the Hornets. I have faith in the Hornets that they could go very far in this tournament. But looking at it from a Boston perspective, I think we could also see how Boston could take them off of Boston's team chemistry, their coaching. I've been liking what I've seen from Tatum, and I think the same with the Hornets. Honestly, I really couldn't pick up on that just because it's kind of a hard thing to compare. But
way too early. Let's focus on the Pacers first, right?
Yeah.
And Jason Tatum is the man in Boston, isn't he?
What did you say?
Jason Tatum is the man in Boston.
Oh yeah. After Kyrie left, Tatum said, "This is my show."
Of course. So we got the Wizards, and then hopefully the Hornet. Well, it's between the Hornets and Boston. Of course, Jordan hasn't made up his mind, but we'll, come back to that a little bit later in the week.
What do you think?
I don't know, dude. Boston's good. I mean, I know they're been seated a little bit lower than usual because I thought they were going to be up in the top 4, but this Celtics team might wake up. But on paper, it should be Wizards and Boston going to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe the Hornets might be that dark horse in the play-in. Keep the faith.
Maybe. Yeah.
And of course, if the Wizards win, they play the Nets, so which could be another good matchup between Westbrook and Harden.
Yeah.
Should be another good first round playoff matchup. But anyways, anything before we head on to the West?
No. Just stay tuned to just keep your eyes on the East. Don't sleep on the East, man.
I'm not. I mean, I know my.
Oh yeah,
I know my Miami Heat. They rise in the playoffs. I mean, regular season, yeah, they're not pretty, but in the playoffs, they're going to be I can't say a dark horse, but I would say they'll be tough to beat. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible.
One day Chicago will be in that scenario, but let's worry about this here instead. Okay, Western Conference play-in tournament, Warriors at Lakers. The winner will be the 7th seed and face the Sun. Losers will play the Grizzlies, Spurs winner for the 8th seed. Warriors at Lakers. The momentum is with the Warriors, Jordan. Are you reading the same thing where I'm reading?
Yeah, I am. Momentum is with the Golden State Warriors.
But what do the Lakers have to do to come back in track?
Curry for MVP, LaMelo Ball for Rookie of the Year.
Hey, fair enough.
Defensive player of the Year.
Who would it be? Not Harden.
Huh?
Who would be your defensive player of the year?
Definitely not Harden.
I know.
I really don't know.
So, what do you?
Size and skill, I'd probably say
Sabonis.
Yeah, or the Greek Freak. I might just say Giannis, because he does get a lot of stops.
And they're in the Milwaukee is in the 3rd seed, so they're in a good position. Okay, so let's get back into the Warriors at Lakers. Jordan, what do you think is going to happen there?
Again, the Warriors are going to take the Lakers. The Lakers have had inconsistencies. They ran into problems all season, and the Warriors have ran into problems throughout the season too. But you're not seeing half their team sit out. You're not seeing the 2 highest paid players sitting out off of some injury. You're seeing them go out and compete day in and day out and have struggles, but learn from them and then have success the next day. I think Curry has proved that. So with that said, the Warriors are going to take it.
Can you give us will this be an easy win, or do you think it'll be tight towards the end?
It will be tight towards the end, but I think if the Warriors can really pull through, and keep a narrow head on, they could pull the game away a little bit from the Lakers towards the end of the 3rd quarter. I could see that the Lakers fighting for 3 quarters and then going in and slowly the lead getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But I will say, going into halftime, I think the Lakers will have the lead. I think the Lakers will start off strong, and the Warriors again will kind of learn from that and pick up the speed and carry the endurance a little bit. But I'm going to say at the halftime, Lakers will be winning under 10 points or in the lead, and the Warriors will win over 12.
I do see that happening, Jordan. I got the Warriors in this matchup, and I hope to see Curry lifted up his shirt once again like last night.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens, but that will be the most coveted game of the week, I would say, but who knows. Another matchup in the West is the number 10 Spurs at number 9 Memphis Grizzlies. Jordan, Spurs are still in it. They always make the playoffs. What are your thoughts over this matchup?
The Spurs have a good lineup. They have a younger team since past years, and again, same with the Grizzlies. I'm a huge Conley fan. I think he's just a great player. But I think the Spurs will have a decent chance. They have DeMar DeRozan, DeJounte Murray, Derek White, Luol Dane's cousin, if you guys know who Luol Dane is.
Former Heat.
They have Trey Lyles, Patty Mills. They have a lineup. They have a lineup for sure. And I think that will help carry them over to a win.
So you're saying the Spurs are going to win this one?
Yeah.
Winner will play the Lakers, Warriors loser, so Spurs at the Lakers. What do you think is going to happen there?
That's a good question. What do you think will happen there?
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what the Lakers do against the Warriors because.
Yeah, I would have to judge how they did.
If the Lakers came close with the Warriors, Jordan, then they have a shot to make it into the playoffs. But if they lose pretty bad, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
But anyways,
not the
Warriors will play the Suns if they win, and of course it'll be Spurs, Lakers. That's a big one, and which is interesting because we both have been a little bit not confident what's going to happen to those second round of games in the play-in tournament. So it's kind of let's wait and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's not I know for sure that if the Pacers lose, they can beat the Celtics. No, we don't know yet. We got to see what now. We both agree that the Celtics that we feel more confident with the Celtics than the Lakers.
Yeah, I'd say so.
They got some health. Anyways, play-in tournament starts in tomorrow on Tuesday at the East, 6:30 p.m. Then at 9 p.m., Wizards at Celtics. Then on Wednesday, a little bit later on the West Coast, I wish I lived out there because you're able to see the games a little bit easier. 7:30, Spurs at Grizzlies. And then at 10 o'clock, I don't know. I might stay up for that game. Warriors at Lakers. At your time will be at 9 p.m. I have to go to a restaurant and watch that because I'll fall asleep. But we'll definitely be eyeing these games on the Sportscast and hopefully live tweeting it that night, both nights. So we'll see how things will go in the NBA play-in tournament. But any final thoughts, Jordan? Do you think this play-in tournament will be a success and maybe we'll continue it for future seasons?
I think it'll be a success on the fact that it's going to help teams who are in lower rankings kind of come back. And I think any learning experience that they gain, I think will be a success, and I think you could agree with that.
Yes.
But, they really will just have to play it out, see how this year goes, and compare it and see, is it going to be ready for next year? Is this going to be worse next year? So there's a few things in play that could factor.
And there has been complaints, before this ever started. LeBron said whoever thought of this should be fired. And Mark Cuban didn't like it either.
LeBron's had a very strong voice and presence this season in the NBA, going against the All-Star game and going against this. So, there's definitely...
He's been grumpy this past season, hasn't he?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been kind of going against the grain.
What's going on with
we'll
him?
just have to see what's going on, and we'll just see how this plays out. Really.
Frustration kicks in, but the play-in tournament is on no matter whoever says they're against it, and looking forward to how this works out. First time ever in NBA. Why not do it this year? And hopefully some of the stadiums will have fans, so we'll see how that cookie will crumble. I want to go in this segment to talk about what happened this past weekend at the Basketball Hall of Fame. The Ain Smith Basketball Hall of Fame, where several players were inducted. One of them was Tim Duncan, and of course, the main star of the event was Kobe Bryant. Of course, he passed away last year due to a plane crash in Los Angeles, and his wife Vanessa and Michael Jordan were the one present to present the award for Kobe Bryant. I thought the speech was, amazing. I cried a lot. Not cried a lot, but I cried. I just say I cried. And Vanessa was talking about her children and how Kobe really looked forward towards this award. Michael Jordan didn't say anything. He just, was there standing for the trophy. The Hall of Fame award. But Vanessa, very inspiring. And it just reminds us, how great Kobe was. Great person he was. Very humble. Very involved with his family. And Vanessa, first time I've ever heard her speak. And salute to the Kobe family and also Kobe Bryant, maybe one of the greatest basketball players that ever lived. Jordan, what are your thoughts? Were you able to see it? And what were your thoughts?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see it, but I definitely paid attention on the clips. And I think throughout the entire time, they definitely were paying homage to Kobe. I think off the way Kobe helped so many people, his impact, I think he may go down as the GOAT, one of the greatest of all time. And it was just a great time to see Kobe officially in the Hall of Fame, to see his legacy kind of move on.
Yeah, very significant award. And Vanessa actually she's never been out in like the public world, though, so this was her first speech in a while probably. And it was great to see Michael Jordan do this for Kobe because, now you can tell that they were very good friends off the court.
Oh, yeah. Michael taught Kobe, his moves. The fadeaway came from Michael. Michael was showing Kobe how to do it. And so definitely I think, they've been good friends.
And I was listening to a podcast with Woj and Tim Grover, which was the strength coach for Michael Jordan and Kobe. And Tim Grover said that Kobe wouldn't stop working out. Like, this guy would be on the court, practicing, taking shots, and then going like the weight room. But he just he had to help Kobe to self-control him from not working out too much. And he also said Michael Jordan worked smarter, not work harder. So he knew. So it's quite interesting the distinction of both players. But salute to Kobe Bryant. I do agree with Jordan. I would put him in the Mount of Rushmore of one of the greatest basketball players of all time. That's debatable. Some people would swap LeBron and Kobe. We don't know that. Only history can tell. But salute to LeBron. Really, Kobe Bryant. Very bittersweet moment, but glad to see him being honored, and hopefully hope the best for the Bryant family and their daughters. I believe one of them is playing basketball, so hope to see success on their side. Anyways, poll question of the day, Twitter poll question: what goes best with walnuts? Options are brownies, candied walnuts, cinnamon, or green beans. Jordan, what is your vote?
Brownie.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty much the easiest. Now, cinnamon bun was tempting.
Oh, no.
But cinnamon bun is winning at 50%, brownies at 25%, candied walnuts at 25%, tied for second, and green beans got 0%. So, if you want to put a vote onto it, go to our twitter.com/thesportscast1. Anyways, Jordan Vargas, what is the best way to reach you online to talk to you about who was the greatest basketball player that ever played in Chicago?
The best way right now, I actually just developed my first website, www.courtsidewj.com. You can find everything about me there, and my most notable interviews, my most recent interviews, and anything you really want to find out about me, you can go there. And there's a contact page where you can ask me questions. And I actually opened up a recording page where you press the image, and it will automatically take you to my Anchor page, and it will record you. And if I like what you submitted, I will add you on to my next episode. So that's kind of the coolest thing I have right now. But yeah, if you want to contact me there, you can go right there.
And there you have it.
www.courtsidewj.com.
There you go. Go visit Jordan's website. Listen to his interviews. Really good. It gets into the basketball world a little bit deeper. Of course, you can reach us at thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net, or on our Twitter, thesportscast1. Also, our Instagram, thesportscast1. We'll be definitely on Wednesday. We'll be back and discussing what happened Tuesday and Tuesday's game. And then on Friday, we'll be talking about what's going to be the layout for the playoffs. Looking forward. This is basketball season for the Sportscast. Looking forward to this new format. And, of course, let the best win. You know, good opportunity for these organizations that sacrifice so much time to make it this far. But anyways, Jordan, any closing words before we head out and go grab a bite to eat?
Don't sleep. Do not sleep on the Warriors, and do not sleep on the Hornets. Keep your eyes open, folks. And the Miami Heat. Do not sleep on the Heat either.
I agree. Those are probably the three main talking points in this show. Anyways, Jordan Vargas, thanks for coming on to the Sportscast.
Yep, anytime.